Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV and MrMikeGarner.com. And let me ask you, when was the last time that you read an educational book, a non-fiction book, fiction being a story, something made up? When was the last time you actually read a book? I mean, books are not very vogue at the moment, so the libraries are closing down. I know when I cleared my library, I gave a lot of my books to my daughter. But a lot of the books that I really valued, nobody wanted. You couldn't give them to a charity shop. Libraries didn't want them. Antique book stores didn't want them. Everything seems to be on Kindle now, doesn't it? Or audio books. The reason I'm telling you this is because the art of reading is so empowering for so many reasons. First of all, reading exercises your mind. It's good for your eyes, it's good for your thought processes, speeds your mind up. It keeps your intellect sharp. It increases your vocabulary, and you can learn things on a variety of subjects, which expands your knowledge base and makes you a far more interesting person. If you're able to engage in more conversations because you've got more points of view, you've got more facts, figures, names, numbers at your fingertips, stored in your memory files. It's easy for you to talk to people, and when they talk to you, you have a greater understanding. Most people stop reading educational books when they stop being educated. In other words, if you left school at 16, it's possible you've never picked up a book and learnt anything since that day. Unless maybe you just referenced something. Maybe you wanted to know how to change the oil in your car, or bake a cake, or what you needed to do this, what you needed to do that, so you looked it up, maybe even Googled it these days. And if you went on to further education, maybe you went to college, maybe an educational college or a work-based college or a university, maybe you were learning till the age of 19, 20, 21, 22, maybe even you went on into further education beyond that and did your masters. But it's true to say that very few people, after those early informative years, and for lots of people it starts at 14, 15 and 16, stop reading books, stop learning, and they just run their life based on what they've absorbed, and they never expand that knowledge. What an edge it would give you in a world where most people aren't well read, aren't self-educated, haven't got a particularly good vocabulary, haven't got a vast memory bank of knowledge from a variety of subject matters, whatever it is that you're interested in. Don't you think that would give you an edge if maybe you read 2 or 3 books a year? How about 1 book a month? Do you think that would change your effectiveness in work and business and life? Do you think that would improve your vocabulary, your memory, your intellect, your social engagement? How about 1 book a week? From 2010 to 2015, I was ordering online from Anglo-American books about 4 to 6 books a month, and I was reading them cover to cover, and I got really fast at reading them. These are non-fiction, fact-based autobiographies, journals, medical journals, psychological journals, religious and historical journals and books. And I couldn't get enough of it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do the same, but how would it change your life if you reimagined yourself, if you decided in an area of expertise that you desire, if you just read 1 or 2 books this year on it. I'm making this presentation at the end of April 2022, but whenever you watch it, if you read 1 book a month, or 1 book every 2 months, 6 books a year, on a subject that you're interested in, how would that improve your life? If you were to read other people's wisdoms. Because an autobiography basically is a chapter in each book, usually, sharing knowledge and stories and anecdotes from somebody's life. I've read Margaret Thatcher's, I've read Tony Blair's, I've read George Bush's, I've read Elon Musk's, Nigel Farage's. Some of them are autobiographies, some of them are biographies written by other people. I've read Alan Sugar's. I've read books for people on death row. I've read philosophy books, hypnotherapy books, psychology books, spiritual books, follow spiritual leaders, spiritual gurus. I've read Barry Cryer's book, Billy Connolly's, loads and loads of books from all sorts of interesting people. Do you think I've learnt something? You're damn right. I've learnt how to read. I've expanded my vocabulary. It's given me the opportunity to agree with some of my opinions from before and disagree with them and form new opinions. Update my hard drive, if you like. And I'm continuing to read, probably not at that velocity at the moment, because I'm creating projects, I'm creating modules for tutorials for my clients and students. But those are moulded by my database, if you like, my information base, which has come from books and encyclopedias and source material, National Geographic. And I've watched some very, very interesting documentaries as well, instead of just watching the soaps, which for me is chewing gum for the mind. I love good films, entertaining films, historical films, and realise that a documentary basically is somebody else's opinion, but it allows you to look at it and form your own opinions. Are you getting my point with this? Really consider learning to read. I'm learning from what you read. Choose a good book, order a good book. There's nothing better than having a book in your hands, and if you're not that way out, then maybe do it on Kindle or start with an audio book. But you owe it to yourself to have a well-rounded point of view, to expand your mind, to increase your vocabulary, to expand your social awareness. Because your ability to communicate will dictate your emotional and mental health and your success in life and business. And trust me, you'll be a far more interesting person with far more to offer, and you'll have a better understanding of other people's conversations and their points of view if you self-educate yourself by reading and studying and making it fun. When people come to my workshops, I call them fun shops. No work involved. Homework is home fun, it's learning. Learning is fun. Learning new things in new ways, and it's all about you. Create a better you, enjoy your mind, and start to learn. Because the more you learn, the more you'll earn. And the more you're able to communicate, the more you'll celebrate your life. Celebrate your life, learn more, earn more, become a more interesting person. Enjoy your mind. God bless.